Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Atlantic League Twilight Struggle. This is the third place match, game two of a best of three. Harry Wu leads Gabriel Panek game one, game to none. I am joined by the great and valued subscriber, Max Goldman. Max, how are you doing?
Towel. Doing great. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing great now, and I hope hope we can settle in for some good high quality Twilight Struggle tonight. So we've got Gabriel, we've got Harry, and we're going to be watching from Gabriel's side. Gabriel is the U.S. tonight, so I will start the video. We're just going to start it. We're going to get right in on the action here. And what are your thoughts on Gabriel's opening hand, Max?
The screen is flashing.
Oh, that's not good.
And now it's stabilized. Okay. Oh, that is hand is absolute gas. I think 1.5 is too quick and we should do 1.25.
All right,
This
let's.
I don't know about you, but this is flying on my screen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get
Uh,
fucked.
Yeah, great. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Max. I will play it with a different thing. Max says it's flying on his screen. We're going to play it on a different application. Sorry for those of you who have already joined. Let's try this.
Definitely is not unstable though.
Okay, and then how do we do the
Fast
settings?
forward again, eh?
I need a fast forward, but I need to change the speed. I'm going to mute us while we figure this out. All right, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Just wanted to get things going here with the right play speed. All right, Max. So for those of you who did not see it, Gabriel headlined Middle East scoring. He set up three in West Germany, two France, three Italy, and then headline Middle East scoring. He has Marshall in hand. Harry went for Suez as his headline, and then Kudaran with Kamakan rolled a two, and that leaves us where we are.
And anything but a one or a two, and gotta be a two, right? Harry almost has him completely cleared out the Middle East and just can't quite get there.
Yes. What do you think of Gabriel's setup, the Marshall setup, when you're not headlining Marshall Plan? It seems to me that if I plan to event Marshall Plan during the turn, but I'm not going to headline it, I think I generally prefer 3-3-2, so that you don't get completely cleared out of France. But what are your thoughts?
I'm not going 3-3-2 unless I know where socialist governments is, unless I'm headlining defectors.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's just too easy to lose Italy.
Yep. All right. That's fair enough.
And Harry says, okay, I'm gonna try and go to France.
Yep. Yeah. And
Little does he know, Gabriel's ops are, you know, a lot.
yeah, I would use Purge here. Marshall still is a strong event after you fill France. Wouldn't you, Max?
Might be thinking try and hold Perch through. I kind of also like trying to hold duck and cover through though. If the DEFCON goes down,
Yeah.
get Angola, Zaire, headline duck, trying to coup, get 3 VP. It's not never a bad thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Harry's just going to dump the scoring. And Gabriel,
Definitely like Harry's choice of Suez then as the headline, knowing that he had tried to get out, need to get out of Europe.
yeah, that's great when you when there's exactly two in France. You just wipe it out completely. What are your thoughts on now? Obviously, it wouldn't have worked out for him, but with Europe scoring in hand, would you have taken a shot at Italy there with the U.S. with no adjacency? Him only having a three in there. If you coup
Um,
with a three, you need a four, so 50-50 shot.
I think I like the fact that it was a 3 to go for Iran. Clearly Harry's a bit op strapped because all the ops are in Gabriel's hand. So no, get it. Like I probably wouldn't want to take that swing either at Italy.
Yep. I'm not a big coup Italy guy myself. Oh, we've got Harry joining on the stream. Harry, thanks for taking the time to join. I know it was very much last minute, but appreciate you hopping on. So Gabriel, so Harry cooed Gabriel out of Iran, but he was
Just
in
takes
Iraq,
back.
goes
Yeah.
back, and now Harry advances into Pakistan first.
I'm kind of surprised that Gabriel just kind of went one Iran there instead of just take like you have the ops to take it. I don't see why he wouldn't, but I also think he should get one more in Italy before the end of the turn, unless he's gonna hold purge.
Yes, I agree with that. Um, and yeah, taking Iran seems, maybe not as important with Middle East scored, but still valuable, especially given you've been kicked out of the other side of the Middle East. So okay,
And he gets an extra op with CIA, probably to Laos or Thailand or Zaire.
yeah, I like Lao here. I think. Well, no, if you've gone to Angola, you've got to go to Zaire. I like Zaire here.
Yeah, I kind of like Zaire with the possible but Cameroon.
Yeah. So I guess maybe he's thinking Lao with the possible Burma. What are your thoughts on putting ops in Burma in the early war, Max?
I mean, if you need it for access to India, sure. If you're just, putting ops in Burma when you already have access to India and Pakistan, I personally think it's really not a great use of ops. There's countries with little red bars on them that probably use the ops instead.
Yeah, those ones seem to matter more in the when we play those colorful scoring cards.
Yeah. Not all the time, but I would say most of the time.
Yes.
A little bit more value. And Gabriel opts to hold Purge through instead of Duck. I kind of almost would have liked Duck more. But Gabriel also then draws
Yeah.
Decal, and it just has getting all the draws. So
Yeah. Boy, Duck would have been a real nice headline here with the two in Africa and none in Cameroon.
yeah. Also, IP war in the early war always hits.
Yeah, of course. And so Gabriel, so with Vietnam gone, and not going to matter anyway on this board, and decal in his hand, he could have dumped Asia for free, but I think you definitely want to try to attack Pakistan and maybe even these other countries and to try and get a dom out of this.
Yeah. I don't see why you can't pick up an Asia Dom here with this hand, right? Like you have containment, 5-year plan, NTB, all free ops. You have IP war to take a swing. Like, seems kind of a no-brainer. I guess you have to hold containment for blockade, but
Yeah.
would you hold containment or 5-year plan? I obviously being able to hold both of those to turn 3 are is nice, right? Like denying the USSR a 5-year plan for the game is a great thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I like holding containment. I think just being able to get those extra early war ops is so valuable. What do you do here if you're
Yeah.
Harry? Obviously, you don't have Europe scoring in hand. You're purged, so you you certainly don't want to take France with U.S. Japan. You might maybe you have NATO in
Maybe as
hand, or would you
NATO.
just coup? Would you just coup Zaire and forget about France and just make Gabriel be annoyed and spend those ops to take it? What do you do here?
I think being purged, taking the coup in Zaire, it's 2 mil-ups. You don't know Gabriel has IP war. Like you're probably strapped for ops, right? So
I like that
I
as
think you
well.
just I think you get your mil-ups. Like Europe's a mess, right? Socialist government's still unseen. Getting Europe to like properly protected is a ton of ops this turn. So my guess is that maybe Gabriel gets it to like 5-1, 4-1, 3, and one more in the UK, but nothing's going to be overprotected by the end of this turn.
Yeah, yeah, it's still very vulnerable to sock govs. But both it is worth mentioning both bad France cards now out of the deck permanently. So if Harry doesn't take France now, he might never. There's a good chance he's never going to get it. But I think oh no, so he is going to go with NATO and oh. Interesting. Yeah. So I was going to say that Asia, the only early war unscored region. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these two guys fight over, spend ops fighting over Asia. And so I assume if you're Gabriel, you just say, okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to take my coup right now to
So,
protect
yeah.
Angola and Zaire, right? Or are you going to, what are you
I
going to
mean,
do?
the only I feel like I would take the coup to deny mil-ups, and kind of sucks that you have to use a 3 because you probably do want to vent IP war.
Yeah.
So like protecting Zaire and Angola seems pretty great, right?
Yes.
If you're Harry, if he does take the coup here, do you consider China to France?
With, if I have, maybe if I have Truman in hand, but Truman is right now unseen. And so you don't want Gabriel just jamming you there. Okay. So
Yeah.
Gabriel looks like he's thinking about passing up the coup just to take France back. What do you think about that?
I think with decal in hand, like you could have a really strong position in Africa if you deny a coup here. But I like Gabriel's logic is he wants to vent IP war for his metal ops, right? And he doesn't necessarily want to waste a 3 op cooing Iran,
Yeah.
which the grand scheme of things isn't the most value of all battlegrounds on the board in the early war once access to Asia's been established.
That's true. And now after the coup here, are you going to take a shot at IP war immediately? Okay, there's just a one-op coup in Zaire. Misses on the roll. So
Ah,
now, do you want? Are you going to just take? You're going to take Algeria here, right? Or are you going to try the IP war right away?
I think because you're holding the scoring, you could go for Algeria first. Like you're not getting dominated in Asia
No,
no matter
there's no
what,
way he's
right?
getting dominated.
So I think Algeria is probably important, and I would like to see that. But again, Harry just might not have ops to take Algeria while he's purged, right? Like
Yeah,
it's you might be able to sit on it.
I think Algeria is more important than Iran, don't you?
I think Malaysia is a lot more important than taking fucking Burma there, but
Okay.
like, what's with ops in Burma? Like,
Yeah,
what is that?
I
Like,
don't see Harry spending three there while he's purged.
urged to try and country count. Like, even then, not gonna, Harry couldn't country count you when you have Lao. So, Malaysia is brush war protection for Thailand. That seems way more important.
Yeah. And now you are probably holding your three for. Okay, Formosan is just going to be what? South Korea? Yep.
Uh,
So there's no way you're getting Asia Dom here. You can try the
But
war,
now,
then
now
vent for
you,
scoring, right?
now you go with the war. Have to.
Yeah, you're gonna IP war, India, and Harry also is not playing is very much not playing like a man who has D-stall. So a blockade event here from
Uh,
Harry makes all kinds of sense.
yeah. So you can't play containment.
Oh, that's big. I mean, it's not going to give you a domination, but always big to win an IP war.
IP war always hits in the early war.
Yep, that's two VPs for the war, two VPs for the battleground, and two VPs in
Oh,
Mill-Ops. Six VP play there for Gabriel.
all by clicking the little buttons and roll the dice.
Yeah.
Damn, I hate that card.
Yep. Yep. Always seems to work against you.
Yeah, always living in fear of that. Also, a few times where like you're like, oh, I'll just roll IP war, and then suddenly you win in, the whole game changes right in the mid war. It's like suddenly like Asia domination swings, and you're like, wow, I'm back in this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had my very first game on Action Round Zero against one Derek Miller. He won an IP war on against me on turn one, and the whole game changed. And I look back, and I'm like, oh yeah, if I win that, if he doesn't win that IP war, I just win the game easily. And
Yeah,
it's
but
just such a
it's
powerful
Derek
card.
Miller
Yeah.
who you're not great at beating Derek, so
No,
of course
no.
it makes sense that
Even
that roll
without
would hit.
even without Matt Rolls, I'm not very good at that.
So would you? I kind of would have liked to see Fidel been evented, but
Yeah, I guess he
no,
just felt like it was important to get South Korea get that third battleground,
battleground.
and
So have nothing
CIA
else
is
that he can
gone.
use.
So I usually don't like eventing Fidel on turn two as USSR, but if CIA is gone and I'm purged, it becomes a lot better.
Yeah, that's good value for one op, right?
Yeah. So certainly now, if okay, oh, and he's going to use that to get
Oh,
nil ops and hit. Okay,
and it's extra
Algeria,
VP.
France,
I mean,
Algeria is
I
going to
feel
come.
like establishing Europe Dom.
That's true. I guess with Sock Govs coming, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I like one Italy, one France, because with Sock Govs you can't leave Italy at three and you can't leave France at four, right?
100%. And I feel like Algeria is not a rush because assuming Harry coups, then you could just take Algeria.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You don't need to take Algeria on AR6. Okay, yeah, the Pakistan poke. Not sure how valuable that
Not
is
loving it.
with Sock Govs unseen. Like in Gabriel's going to have, assuming that Gabriel gives up a coup on AR1, he's going to have more priorities than spending three ops in Pakistan. But let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, Gabriel gets Sock
Oh,
Govs and he gets D-stall.
couple problems and empty ARs in this hand, but with double space, does he get purged? This is
Yeah,
a. I'm pretty happy to have this hand as the USA unless I'm
yeah.
getting purged.
He's not going. You're not going to accomplish very much with this hand. But you are also, as long as you don't get purged, you use blockade to dump D-style, you're going to space decall, space sock govs, and then you're
Oh,
going to have to
I
give
don't like
Fidel
the
the.
Asia headline.
Well, yeah, I am a little bit confused by that. Nothing bad is going to happen in Asia, and if Harry coups, you can steal Pakistan. I mean, the whole purpose of
And
poking Pakistan
poke,
was to take it,
you
right?
could probably get like 5 VP, 6 VP domination off that. Like,
Yeah,
good.
and now, I mean, heck, you could also could head. I mean, this is probably too far afield, but you could headline U.S. Japan, which gives you instant Asia domination, and then if Harry coups, you just immediately score.
It's
Um,
also, I think if you do that though, Ari will opt to not
yeah,
coup.
yeah, you're just completely. You're also completely out of ops if you do that. You just have basically
Yeah.
no ops the rest of the turn.
It's like, do you headline blockade? Purge would have to be a redraw. But man, holding all the access and
It's yeah
on
that
twice, default, destall, like,
yeah. I mean, we're criticizing Gabriel for headlining Asia, but that is a fair point, Max. What the heck else are you going to headline? Headlining
blockade.
blockade is just concede West Germany if you get purged right away is pretty terrible. All these other cards are
Yeah,
actively
but
harmful to you.
I feel like blockade's not that bad. If you're willing to use Japan to go into pack.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
if you
know.
as long as you don't get purged, and I guess Harry waiting this long suggests he probably is not headlining purge. Um,
That
but yeah, blockade because he knows that Gabriel has both decall and destall, and I think he knows about
blockade.
blockade as well, right?
It's, and Salt Govs.
Yeah, purge would be an instant headline from Harry if he had it.
Yeah.
So I think if yeah, I agree, Max. I think if Gabriel had it to do over again, he would headline blockade here, take the minuscule risk of purge. Yep, and there it is. AI war is not really going to do anything.
The nothing burger. It looks like he missed the roll. He's off
Missed, yeah, he missed the
the
roll
Petra.
on that, and he gets the roll on Zaire, just enough to get Truman
Zaire.
there. So now you have an opportunity to flip Pakistan, which gets you a guaranteed dom, and obviously barring a 6 on IP war, but the scoring is gone. Algeria, yep.
I almost don't know if I would be eventing Fidel here. You could double space. You space Fidel, you space decall, blockade goes to D-stall, stock govs is an empty AR, Vietnam AR6, and US Japan. Like, why would you give him access to the Americas?
I guess the thinking there is you are gonna he wants to space stock govs instead and get the ops. Because if you're
Stock
spacing
govs is really just
Fidel, you only have you certainly can't give Vietnam this early. That means you're playing U.S. Japan right away, playing
okay,
your only
but
four right
I
away.
mean, that bad?
Well, what if West Germany gets jammed? Harry's holding Truman. He doesn't have to worry about that.
I don't think I enjoy giving Fidel here.
Yeah, I get that. All right, so he's going to use this for Iraq. Would
Then what the
go ahead, Max.
and then what? You're gonna save Japan there by giving up Fidel to take Iraq? Like, doesn't seem great, does it?
No.
Maybe West Germany before the UK, just
Yeah,
to
West. I mean, okay, no,
reestablish.
he's not going to do West Germany because he wants Harry to have to play Truman and lose the op in West Germany. I guess playing a little Truman chicken.
Uh, but I guess that knowing Harry's probably knows more of Harry's hand than we do. But I mean, it seems like you could just hold it. No, right?
Yeah, unless you redrew 5 year plan or something like that. Harry also,
'Cause
of
all
course,
they
could be holding 3, 4 ops and could just jam West Germany. But I don't think we'll see that.
because we would have seen Purge.
Yeah, yeah. Purge would have been an insta headline, and jamming West Germany with Marshall seems really bad. So what's Gabriel got to do the rest of the turn? He's going to go. Okay, there's a VP for Gabriel. He's going to have to go to space twice, and then he's got 6 ops. Got to be what? 1 Panama, 2 Mexico, 1 Angola, what? 1 Thailand, because you're giving up VR. 1 West Germany. Do you want to get a second into Angola? You want to go into Saharan states? What do you like, Max?
I like Mexico, one Panama for sure. Um, maybe one Angola. No, not one. I don't think you could do one more Angola. 2 Mexico, Panama, West Germany, Ireland, and yeah, Angola. Then I would like to see an Angola flip right here. There you go.
Yep, and Harry heard you, even though this game was played days ago. And Gabriel trying to get that 2 EP. He misses on both. So takes 2 swings at 2 VPs on space, misses both, and he does win the game of Truman Chicken in West Germany.
True man check in. Yeah, that he does. If you're Harry, South
South
Africa
Africa.
here,
Oh, yeah.
or the overprotect makes sense. Yeah. Oh, but what do you think about South Africa here versus Central America?
I mean, I think you can just get realigned out of there so easily. I think
Yeah,
I'd rather see
that's
Central America. Jordan wasn't on my list either. Okay, so now you just have Vietnam left, so you're not going to be able to take both Mexico and Panama. Now I understand Jordan to a degree because Muslims, as it stands, wipes you out of the Middle East
sense.
entirely. So you
You
want to
do
get
have access back to Iran to a degree.
yeah. Okay, and this has got to be what, Mexico?
Would
Yep.
hope. I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
It's
who would you
4. I
rather be on
mean,
this board, Max?
probably Gabriel for sure.
Yeah.
I mean that decal and decel are in the discard.
Yeah, but he is able to get the two African one stabs. So on coups and oh boy,
Ooh.
low ops, but some great events here. VOA and puppets, huge.
Oh, wow. I think I'd VOA Egypt Libya here. And you give up the coup and then you puppet it to Egypt or Libya and then South America, both halves. Not even. You have OAS. You could puppet to Nigeria in one half and then OAS
Oh
into the
yeah,
other half.
that's true.
What's your VOA target on this board?
Oh man, without that overprotect on Angola, you wait an AR and then you just take them out of both there. Yeah, Egypt and Libya makes sense. Or you could save VOA in case you run into Junta here or Salt Destal. Um,
I mean, Egypt, Libya is pretty strong, right? Like
yeah.
you're flipping a region, you're taking two battlegrounds. Oh, a year. Interesting.
So Zaire, do Zaire because you're thinking of puppeting into Zaire. Okay. So with this,
Not
so Panama's clearly getting cooed here, and then you don't even need to puppet obviously because you have one in Angola.
Gola.
I don't understand.
I mean, Pakistan seems kind of weak, no?
I mean, you have no intention of taking Pakistan.
What ops, right? Like,
Yeah, you can't. You want to hold Kennedy till next turn. So you got space libs, and so you've got yeah. This is a good hand, but it's not good for flipping Pakistan.
yeah. This is a hand where like you know exactly what needs to get done. You just dump ops into the Americas because you have
Now,
access and it's a,
with I guess with lads, you're just cooing Panama, right, Max? You're not going to coup Angola to protect Zaire.
I think I'd still go for Panama. Like if Vlad's active, the access to South America to like walk into Colombia feels too important to
Yep.
me. It's like you could still take Botswana, right?
Yeah. Okay. Gets the coup. Rolls a 4. That's plenty good enough to take Panama.
And East Kitchen inactive. Ooh, okay. So slowly going for Pakistan. Um,
Yeah.
I'm Harry. I'm walking into Colombia right now.
Yeah.
Colombia, maybe set up a central dome.
And Harry has. I mean, he's not. He's clearly not inventing nuke subs. So you got nuke subs to coup with if you want. But then you're probably going to have to just use OAS and put two Venezuela right then if that's what we're
Yeah.
going to do.
Harry sneaks out an extra
Oh,
U2
I
VP.
always hate that as the
It's
U.S.
it's such a good feeling as the USSR when you get that though.
And they're okay. Nope, going to go Botswana. I think I don't you ignore that if you're Gabriel and just puppet now.
I think it's puppet o'clock.
Puppet o'clock, yes. Oh no, kitchen can wait, can it? Even if
That
kitchen
could
becomes
definitely
inactive
wait.
later.
Okay,
Uh,
become reactive once you puppet.
you'll.
It you decides he helps to flip pack.
I mean, it's an important play. Taking Pakistan, it's a very important country. It can only be obviously Harry could flip back with the China card. I really don't think we're going to see that right now. Um, and it's well protected from IP war. But man, you've got unscored regions that and such limited ops. I just don't love it in this context.
So with lads, I'm not crazy about Nicaragua and Haiti. I really would have liked to see one Colombia there.
Yeah, and Gabriel. Yeah, wow.
Again, hey,
I don't know what our hesitation is here on puppets. Is he worried
now
about
we're
ABM?
now we're starting to run out of ARs, right? Like
Well, yeah, and
one
when you use nuke subs, like you have nothing to follow up. Now you're almost better off waiting on puppets. Okay, and there's a Central America Dom for Harry. Not much Gabriel was going to be able to do about that. Yeah,
okay, I mean, in that sense, though, like Mrs. Space again, Space 3,
yeah,
Gabriel. But okay, I understand the Central America though.
Great play there by
Yeah,
Harry.
space in the Pope. We love to see it, right? Like,
Yeah. Um, so now I'm thinking about puppeting, and I get I think I understand what Gabriel's thinking, which is I want to be able to follow this play up immediately with three ops, but I also want to hold Kennedy till next turn. So I'm waiting as long as I can for this. We're not even going to go in the bottom half because you're guess he's going to
oh
use
yes, we'll
OAS to
go
get
at
in
the
the bottom
bottom.
half.
If you're Harry and you draw a brushword turn 5, Ireland or Italy?
Oh boy. I think I like
I think
Italy.
Thailand. I guess you could with Europe being pretty empty. You could probably set up a Europe Dom, but like stopping that Asia Dom also looks pretty nice with the extra and the
Yeah,
TA
obviously
bonus.
Southeast Asia, but man, but yeah,
Yeah, I guess Europe is
Asia is
unscored.
scored. Also, you're not really stopping Asia Dom because Formosan is in effect, so Gabriel could still pull it off with the countries he has now. But okay, Gabriel gets his puppets into Venezuela and
Here's my
Brazil.
so here's my issue right now, right? Harry walks into Colombia, forced to use an OAS op into Venezuela.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So you're gonna go early Brezhnev. That's begging for a jam. Now if you're gonna go
Yeah.
Brezhnev, you got to go to Venezuela.
Oh, I guess he does need mill ops.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, and he rolls
Okay.
big. Okay. So we're gonna coup Colombia, roll big, and now Harry with
Or
a
mill
chance
ops.
to coup
Then
back.
OAS to like Venezuela and Chile, maybe?
Yeah,
Would
I
you
was
have
not
like a
thinking
Chi
about.
Dom setup?
Ooh. And
It
Che.
doesn't even have to event it
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. And now you got to go one Venezuela, one Che. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, no.
No. No.
No,
No. I
no,
don't like
no.
this.
Oh.
Much rather see
You
one
need to close
Venezuela.
off.
Right.
You gotta close off Venezuela. Yeah, I mean, you
This is
need.
much better.
Yeah, there you go, Gabriel.
Yes. Good. Good play there by
So
Gabriel.
that the presence alone there is 3 VP, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yes. Oh, and an unbelievable hand for Gabriel on turn 5. Max, why don't you?
uh,
Max, do you agree? Is this a good hand? Are these
the
good cards?
screen's flashing. The screen's flashing. I
Oh,
still have not seen the hand. I just saw Junta. I saw Grain. Nixon is that ABM and
ABM,
Marshall.
Marshall,
Oh,
Cuban, obviously Kennedy.
screen. And Harry steals the space.
Oh, and he pulls Middle East with grains, so obviously that's going back, and we're going to get an Angola coup. Anything but a one. Oh, and there's a two.
Oh,
Okay, so no, it wasn't anything but a one. It was an anything but a one or a two, and Harry rolled a two. But just
does it
as
even matter
importantly,
when you have ABM?
able to uh, able to protect his South American battlegrounds. And with
So
Beastall in the discard and Junta in Gabriel's hand, filling up South America quickly is a thing that could happen.
I'm a big proponent of holding Kennedy. Hold Junta instead.
Yeah, you really don't need Junta. It's not going to do anything for you at the moment.
The headline to drop DEFCON and for Panama.
Sorry. It's not going to do anything for you during the turn, is what I meant to say, during this
Yeah.
turn. So yeah, holding it to next turn makes sense. And yes, okay, so um, Gabriel tries a ABM coup on Angola, an anything but a one coup. And
Anything but
Max,
a
what did he
one.
roll?
A one on a one stab. Wow. I've never seen that happen to anyone before.
Yeah, that
Not
was a
once in my Twilight Struggle career.
critical one there. If he gets a two there, he gets Africa control. As it stands, a one. Now so he does get Africa Dom at least with the big Zimbabwe coup. What are your thoughts
You
on Nixon
realize?
here, Max? Are you eventing Nixon?
I think I'm eventing Nixon. I think it. It's either time. I think it's time to fill up South America, though.
Yeah, you got to fill up South America. If Harry has the scoring, he'll dump it right now. He clearly
Ah,
does not have it. Um, and
maybe we'll
so,
see Middle East or one more VP if he has the ops to take Iraq.
yeah, I think we'll see. Okay, I think he'll just take a rock here.
Or it could be a good time to grab mill ops. Set up the realigns on Zaire and South Africa. That six with Summit really makes it not palatable to want to have to coup that.
Yeah, and I don't see Gabriel going into any more non-battlegrounds this turn, so I think he's going to force Harry to coup that or play Brush War. We will see. I think you'd like to event Panama here if you're Gabriel, right? That's not
I
immediately,
think I
obviously, but
would.
still valuable, even with Panama overprotected and Venezuela too.
Especially if I'm planning on holding Junta through, and getting one more in Panama seems to be a pretty good choice. How does Harry part of this board before the scorings come out? I don't think I have a good answer right now.
Yeah, so we've seen ABM, ineffectual though it was. Junta obviously in Gabriel's hand, so we haven't seen Brush. What other cards? What other key red cards we haven't seen? I mean, there's OPEC obviously is out there. Muslims
Gunman,
are out there.
gunman,
We will bury you, of course, Quagmire. Plenty of good red events, but in terms of access granting events, there's
Dende.
Allende, and then the Angola events. But obviously, Harry already with Angola, decall and destall both in the discard. Haven't seen Salt yet though.
Maybe Harry's weighing assault event here. I
Yeah,
mean, I am curious to see what Harry's got in his back pocket right now.
yeah. Harry needs to get a coup off in South America, so Salt for ABM makes sense, but maybe he's afraid of missile envy. Really trying to delve into Harry's psyche here. Harry is a very good player, so I'm sure he's thinking many moves ahead. Maybe he's just wondering, hey, do I have the two ops to spare to take Iraq before I drop the Middle East? Maybe that's all he's thinking about.
I mean, I think if it was just, do I have the ops to take one more in the Middle East, I wouldn't take this time. So I'm going to assume Harry's either taking a shit or he's got a big move coming.
He's got a big move coming. Really, a big move. Okay, all right, Max. That's great. He's here all day, folks. Oh, kid-friendly stream.
Is this supposed to be a kid-friendly stream?
Oh, Harry is chiming in. Harry, what were you thinking about here? Harry is in the chat. He says it took me so long here. I guess we can all find out together. What was Harry turning over in his mind? Somebody's Milo Mind Bend. I stay here for the poop jokes. There we go. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, see, I told you it'd be a poop or something big.
All right, big
Oh,
move.
and he gets it.
Big movements
Move,
right there.
indeed.
Okay.
Lots of movement going on for Harry.
So Harry thinking. So Max, I guess you were right. You were talking about Thailand. I was thinking Italy, but Harry decides to go ahead and brush in South America to get a foothold there.
Right.
Clearly,
I don't
Harry
wanna
does not
be
have the scoring.
controlled.
He would have just dumped it and brushed somewhere else. But he also figured that if he didn't brush in South America, he's probably getting controlled.
Clearly, Harry took a pre-game poop, and it wasn't that. So,
Yeah.
no, and that's what you're supposed to do before any type of ITSL or ranked Twilight Struggle game is, have your system beforehand so it doesn't come up during the game.
Yeah, got to get that bad mojo out. Take that PGD. Okay, so Gabriel looks like he's going to use his 4-op. He went Pakistan to protect from the China card, then he went Brazil, filled up Argentina. Argentina, not a huge rush, but something you want to have done, especially if
Ha-
Harry's going to play Allende.
Yeah. How do you feel about a CMC coup of Colombia and then a junta into Venezuela and realignment?
Oh, yeah, that'd be mean.
Especially that he has a scoring, right? So like you have tempo right now. Emma also becomes a great card to just like mess around with Harry while he's holding the scoring.
Yeah, you could also, you could just event Panama right now. Harry has to respond to that. Harry does not
Just
have
be
to respond to
annoying.
Nixon.
He does not. What how does Harry kind of swing this board around? Um I think he needs to be able to salt for BBM or Brush and take another swing at Thailand, Italy.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean,
Like,
getting realigns on South Africa will be nice. But even if he realigns and then fills, he still is not in a position to dominate in Africa.
oh.
Okay.
Where did that extra IP war influence go? I
Syria.
fully missed it as.
Syria. Didn't want to see Lebanon get poked.
Oh, okay, yeah. Interesting. It's because the scoring's known.
Yep. So
Harry will
Harry with
get.
just two action rounds left, and one of them is to play Middle East scoring.
You have to assume is coming next, right?
Yeah. So Gabriel thinking, okay, should I just junta now? Okay.
And this does cause a lot of issues for
Yeah.
Harry,
Yeah.
especially that his last AR is going to be a scoring. You could just ban Venezuela and take it. You don't have to risk the real lines.
Yeah. Harry is. Yeah. So if Harry fixes this, he is in effect. You're sort of quagmired because you have to as the U.S. you're going to get two action rounds in a row. Um,
Uh, Harry needs to not only fix it, but he probably needs to put three in and then hope that he survives the rolls.
yeah. Or he needs to have a 4-up, go to Venezuela, one Brazil. But I doubt that Harry has one of
He could
those.
be Chinatime for that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Obviously, he does have one of those. So what am I saying? He does have one of those.
I think I'm almost not opposed to China right now.
You
It
need.
feels too important, right?
Well, especially because you've just seen Junta. So if you don't have Salt or Missile Envy in hand to maybe pull a big event or change stuff around, you need to. He probably is realizing that if he doesn't get this, oh, okay, so he's just going to give up China.
Goes for the overprotect. Okay. He says, I'm going to try and not get
Yeah,
realigned.
do your worst, and if I'm Gabriel, I'm just saying, okay, let's get the realigns going, right?
Yeah. And plus one realignments are fickle though, as probably everyone who plays Twilight Struggle knows.
Yeah.
Like it's not a done deal.
No, I don't like this. That's just one VP. Yeah, no, you gotta. If that stopped domination, obviously it'd be a great play, but it's just one
Yeah.
VP.
I like Malaysia. I
Malaysia's
think
fine. I just
Malaysia's good.
the poke of Iraq. I mean, that's two ops for one VP. That's a bad trade, right?
Right now, yeah, I would say so. Especially that the scoring's coming. Like you could jam Panama and just take Panama, like flipping
Yeah,
a two stat battleground in the Americas is always good value.
yeah. That would be okay. So and now he's gonna go for the realigns
Here.
later
Oh,
and miss.
and he survives.
I think that was a mistake by Gabriel. Okay, well, and here are some scorings, but they are
I'm
all
seeing
friendly scorings for Gabriel. And he
and
gets
the screen
Muslims, which
flippers.
he will certainly. I mean, man, you might even hold that, but I guess you're going to hold Kennedy instead.
So you could hold Kennedy and space. We'll bury you. Hold Muslim. China. Give up cultural arms race and just a whole bunch of
Yeah.
scorings.
Are you going to headline a scoring here?
I think so.
I think you've got to, right?
Yeah.
With three of them in hand. Good chance Missile Envy's coming, in which case you'd be happy to give up We Will Bury You.
If you're Harry, say, I think Flower Power might be around.
Yep, Flower Power, I
Might
believe,
be
is
the
still
last.
around.
Take the swing at Brazil. I don't know. Because Zaire and realigning South Africa has a lot of value in it, but Brazil could be the difference between being controlled or not.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
could be
So
presenceless control, right? Like that just knocks you out of the region.
yes, and yeah, that would be huge. So Harry, yeah, and Harry, I was mentioning Missile Envy, but Gabriel with We Will Bury You in hand, Harry unlikely to risk that, even though we have seen Grain. Maybe Harry's thinking about that right now, and Harry's thinking about, hey, have we seen all the DEF CON degraders, and I can safely headline Missile Envy.
But so the problem is that all red fours are out. You really want to headline Missile Envy? I guess it prevents him from following up, right? Like if you Missile Envy, get Wheel Bear You, and you jam three into Emma with Flower Power, and then you have the opposite follow that up after he puts two in with Missile, you could take Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna go Purge.
Oh,
That's that
I mean,
is
you're not getting a lot of ops out of that, if I'm being honest.
no. Okay. Oh, okay. Well,
Heck, yeah.
I I think wouldn't you go Muslim first? Okay, you're gonna go We Will Bury You first. I was thinking Muslim first to prevent missile envy, but okay. He gets out in one roll. So far, no
I
harm,
do
no foul.
understand the want to just get the DEF CON card out of your hand
Yeah,
first.
the absolutely unplayable card.
Yeah.
Um,
So, like, are you doing Brazil or are you doing Africa? What do you like?
I like Brazil because as cooing Zaire is nice, but if he coos Zaire, Gabriel can just dump this Africa scoring immediately. He'll still have Dom. Whereas if you get a nice roll in Brazil, even if you get a three, even if you just get it down to 0-1, you might be able to fight an ops war for it. I like taking my shot at Brazil.
I think I do also.
If Africa flipped Dom, if Harry had Nigeria, then it's Zaire 100%. But
Yeah.
he doesn't, and so it's not going to affect domination.
The VP track after this turn is going to get a little ugly for Harry.
Yeah, so Europe is going to be five, unless Harry decides to start jamming France or something. But even then, Gabriel seems to have the ops to cover that. And then Africa is going to be, as of now, six, but could end up being just four, but unlikely to be less.
Like there's a lot of Twilight Struggle to play that and a lot of regions that can be flipped, but Harry has an uphill climb. He probably would have loved to have seen these scorings come out turn seven and only come out once.
Yep, that's exactly what he said in the chat. He wanted all these scorings. He wanted all these scorings come turn seven, and they came turn six. And Tim, well, somebody named Illusion says to tell Max he's a fine lad. Max, you're a fine lad.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Tim. You love Tim over here.
Yep.
Doesn't
Now,
love Tim.
Tim is not a valued subscriber like you are, Max. Okay, so he's just going to go with the African coup, gets Nigeria, and now from Gabriel, just dump the scoring. Yep. So Gabriel says, okay, you take Nigeria, I will take my domination, and let's move on. That also suggests that Harry doesn't have South America, or that he has terrible ops, or that maybe he does have South America and also has 5-year plan.
One back in there? No, gonna makes sense. Try and protect Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're like,
this could
oh,
be. I mean,
where's that third op?
would you play China here because you want to play cultural? You go China one, Egypt two, Uruguay.
Not crazy about Colombia because you know it's gonna get cooed, but I guess you want some mill ups also, so it's a good target for the counter coup.
But how are you? But yes, so that all that's fair, Max. But how are you going to handle cultural here? Are you going to play China and cultural? Are you going to space cultural? Are you going to try and hold cultural and play Kennedy for ops? What do you like?
Holding Kennedy. I'm very comfortable on this board after all these scorings and gunman is unseen. I'm holding Kennedy.
Yeah, this to me is a 100% hold Kennedy situation with gunmen unseen. Um, oh, CRGs. Giving
Oh,
CRGs. I guess with Southeast Asia and Africa scored, both African battlegrounds overprotected, it's not that bad.
he's setting up realignments here though. Nigeria.
Yeah,
There you go. Seems way better.
yeah, that seems good. And then what about one Botswana to stop the South African realigns?
I forced Harry to put ops in there because clearly Harry probably has an ops problem right now.
Yeah, wonder why. Give up CRGs now. We've already seen grain. We've already seen voice puppets. Um, what other bad US twos? Omit is you're happy to you're fine
Round.
giving up Omit. Camp David is fine.
I just feel like you spaced instead there, but
He
what's happened
want
with arms race?
you want to take Dom back because you don't want. I guess you don't want Harry jamming Brazil and then taking Uruguay after you take Brazil back.
Yeah. Like Harry still has an opportunity to balance out South America with Allende. There's some DEFCON
So there you go.
problems.
So Harry had Duck, and I think he's got 5 year plan South America.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about
That
that.
that would make the most sense. So yeah, I like the scoring here, and then you can do and then after that, what are you going to do? You're going to space cultural, or are you going to go China? You're going to play China, play cultural, hold Kennedy and Muslims till turn 7.
You hold Kennedy and hold Muslim, right? Like denying Muslim for the game is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you do with China though and cultural right now? I guess cultural could be a coup for your mill ops.
Yeah.
Like
China. I mean, China could be realigns on Nigeria. Well, you don't have a good secondary target.
Israel
Angola at even. Yeah, going into Israel is not bad. It's a battleground.
taking Chile.
We have not seen Camp David yet. Early containment.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
it's definitely 5 year plan. Definitely 5 year plan South America.
yeah. I mean, I like it. Like it.
Yep, those are countries
Stops
you want to get
stops
anyway.
stops Harry from using China to take Japan if he redraws USJ.
Yep. And then you coup on AR7 with cultural.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
pretty
think you want one
straightforward.
thing you do want to do that I always forget to do in this situation. You want to make sure before you commit to your play there is there going to be a reshuffle or is there not? If there's a ton of cards in the if there's 18 cards left in the draw deck, then we won't see a reshuffle. So that could
So
affect how you are thinking about this.
no loves. Do you just jam something here?
Well, all the
Jam
regions are
France,
scored. What are you going to jam? You're going to jam Libya. You're going to
Germany,
jam
India,
East Germany. You said.
West Germany or India, maybe?
Oh, you're thinking of Harry. Sorry, I thought you meant
Yeah.
Gabriel. Yes, Gabriel needs Millop, so he's not going to jam anything. He just wants to coup. So you want to stop Harry from cooing. Yeah, France is a possibility here.
I mean, I think you should make a play that tries to get you
Yeah, I guess I'm not that
blocks,
worried about
right?
the one in Egypt.
I think double tapping France or India is pretty good.
I get wanting to take Middle East Dom back, though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Botswana, okay, protect South Africa, but if we're going to coup a two stab, maybe Ivory Coast makes sense. We could also go after Nicaragua or Haiti.
It's a one. So
Doesn't
no,
really matter.
didn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Tim says he jams Brazil with 5 year plan. Okay, so Missile Envy goes to Gabriel. Harry gets Salt. Harry also gets the Gunman.
Which probably would be your headline.
Yeah, and I don't think you want to give up Muslims or OPEC
I,
here. So are you using Kennedy here? This is a pretty
um,
weak Kennedy hand. But if you don't use Kennedy
is
here, you have to give up either Muslims or OPEC.
OPEX free if you
OPEC is
poke one?
4. If you, and you know you can make it 3 by using it to
Yeah.
jam or poke rather. Regardless, you certainly don't need to headline Kennedy.
I'd agree with that.
Now, Camp David headline. Would you think about
Actually, I knew I
headlining?
was in Harry's.
Would you think about headlining Missile Envy here, or is it too risky? I mean, Harry obviously could have redrawn, I guess, Duck, no 4 ops, and a 3 or 4 op and
Uh,
greater.
yeah, I don't think you screw around with it.
Yeah, I think you're too far ahead in this game to do that. You're right. You've got domination in 4 regions. You don't need the Missile Envy.
Oh.
Ted would headline
What?
Missile Envy, but that's Ted.
But Ted's a loose cannon.
Ted is a loose cannon, and then
I
so
would to North Korea.
yeah. So Camp David frees up AI War, which is going to be significant. So you can play Flower Power before AI War now if you need to. But how are you going to handle this? Would you just discard everything, Max? Would you discard all your red cards? Would you keep or would you not play Kennedy here and give up? I guess Muslims. Ugh, giving up Muslims is you're conceding Egypt.
Not giving up Muslim.
You can't give up Muslims because then Iran is your only foothold, and then
I
lots
would
of
give up
stresses.
OPEC for. I'd give up a 3 OPEC before Muslim.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You cannot
Poke
give up
Libya or
Muslims.
something.
It's out of the question. This is just the type of hand you don't want to draw with Kennedy. This hand is not terrible, but it's just bad
Yeah.
enough that you're not going to be able to deal with all these problem cards very well
I
and
mean,
still hold Kennedy.
say you coup Colombia and realign Venezuela, and then you use OPEC for 2.
Yeah.
That's
Tim also points out
palatable.
correctly that after Camp David, Muslims is not that bad because you can get right back into Egypt. Um,
But you're going to lose Egypt or Iran,
yeah,
right?
but
Like,
you're going to give up one of the two. Tim says he wants to hold Asnad, take Egypt back, give up on Iran, space OPEC.
okay. I mean, it's a reasonable line of play. I just don't know if it's what I would necessarily do, but I get it. Um, it is better than me, so that probably is the right decision.
Yeah.
So Zaire coup to flip Africa seems
Yeah,
pretty.
100%. This is Zaire coup. Yep. Good good
And
plays
uses
there.
the big guns because he knows how important it is not to miss that roll.
Yes. Question from the chat. Yeah, missile envy is known, Tim. And question from the chat: how do you feel about using OPEC to jam Libya? You're still giving up three VPs, and it's a play that can easily be fixed with two ops. I I don't love just handing over the three VPs. So now, if you're Harry, do you just excuse me, if you're Gabriel, do you just retake Chile?
I would.
I mean, Chile seems kind of important here. Just
It's
putting
very
flower power
important.
into Chile seems pretty darn good.
I think you have a lot of time on this coup.
Yeah, he realized that also. And I promise you, this game is not live.
Yep.
Right as we, just like Gabriel can hear us.
Yeah. This seems like a good play. If you don't take it now,
You're gonna have to take Peru and
yep.
deal with like
Yeah,
real
somebody
lions
mentioned
and
that. Yeah, and if you jam two into Libya, and Harry fixes it, get you another VP off Reagan bombs. So you maybe get that VP back from OPEC. But we'll see how Gabriel decides to play it. He's going to have to either give up Muslims, give up OPEC, or give up Kennedy.
so why it was not an effect, right? Like
Yeah, NATO's not in effect.
I'm not a big fan of King. He's just
We
Japan
overprotected Japan but India is not overprotected. I think India is more important, isn't
affected.
it?
I think so also. I don't know if I agree with the UK poke. Yes, he's thinking socialist governments. France is not overprotected. I don't want them overprotected.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
get that. Like, Gabriel really is playing with fire with leaving France at 4-1, with Sock Govs obviously out there and Reformer potentially coming. Um, and I get that Harry doesn't really want to. Oh, okay. Gabriel needs his mill
Establishes
ops. He's just going to
Dom.
get it.
It's a great big old six.
I mean, you've had those real lines ready in South Africa the whole game. How about take him now? Would you just take your South African real lines now if you're Harry, Max?
Unless I redrew Africa, then I'm cooing one of the Cameroon or Saharan states.
Yeah. If you get him into
Or
South Africa,
like
then Angola's +3, so you're pretty safe there.
yeah. Also really like Harry putting some ops in Israel right now. Like our add into Israel and the Middle East is level. That's one of your small areas on the board you're ahead on gone.
Yeah, yeah. Israel an important country, especially with Camp David played now. Both players can freely invest in Israel.
So I'm a proponent of almost always trying to event omit. Turn seven though. It's not that important, is it?
Yeah, turn 7, you're looking for some scorings. EU. Okay, and Harry's going to put one into West Germany. And well, Harry heard you, Max.
Yeah, he agrees.
And Harry also realizing that Muslims is in Gabriel's hand. Well, and Gabriel heard you. Oh, Central America and Africa both gone. That is huge. Purge, I would absolutely get rid of. Wow.
Yeah.
Too early to say GG. Certainly, we have a lot of Twilight Struggle left, but that is enormous for Gabriel.
Yeah, now Harry's gonna need some Rush Junta BBM life. But he did discard Purge, and I think Salt is known in Harry's hand, right?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
crazy, but I feel like we have not seen Salt yet.
Yep, you're right. You're right. And Gabriel's saving his obligations here for the end of the turn.
Harry hits him with his willy.
Yep. Smacks him across the face with the backdoor willy.
Oh yeah. You're gonna overprotect France. You should overprotect West Germany also, I think.
Yeah, France is more important, but you at this stage you might as well do both. Okay, second in Israel, and then
And you have to decide what the heck you're
yeah,
doing here.
at this point, I would give up the VPs with OPEC.
I think so also.
With Central America and Africa gone, you're less likely to lose to war games. Okay,
Oh,
that's big. Now
that
you can just freely go ahead and give up OPEC. No big deal at all.
yeah.
Oh,
No. He's gonna
very
give up Egypt
surprised.
or Iran.
Yeah, okay. You're going to give up Egypt. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, you're conceding
Salt.
Iran. And
Salt
Salt
here
here
is
for
also really
Persh.
interested.
And yeah, Gabriel can't really. I mean, I guess, yeah, you could coup. Oh, he's going to go gunman. That gives Africa Dom, right? Yep. So Harry's going to hold Salt.
Oh, that Asia being redrawn 7 and seeing your 2 scorings get knocked out of the deck.
All
That's
right,
devastating for
all right,
Harry.
Max. What's Harry's path to victory here?
Um,
He's down 13 VPs. Gunman is gone.
you draw Brush, Junta, and ABM.
Brush Junta, Brush Junta and ABM. I mean, realistically, you've got to flip Brazil. You've got
And Argentina. Well, Argentina is not overprotected.
yeah. Okay, so you got
And
Iron Lady.
Thatcher.
And this is a pretty good hand, I
This is
think.
nice. Yeah.
Again, you don't really have a time to use Kennedy.
No. No. Yeah,
Not one true problem hand.
and yeah, and I like defectors here.
And look who made his way back into the game.
Yeah, and the Pope, real nice
John
right
Paul.
now. Not sure it's. I
Oh,
like.
we'd love to see him.
Yeah, I like defectors as a headline, especially because you might run into that. Pope can be played anytime. It's going to be strong regardless. Then you could see an AR7 bear trap as well. This is going to be Brazil, right? Yep, here it is.
That's
Harry
gotta
gets the
be.
big roll, so that's okay. That's
Another
part of it.
region.
You've evened out Brazil. Now you have 3 Doms on the board to 2 for Gabriel.
Maybe Harry has brush war in his back pocket. Not really a strong O'Neill.
Yeah, not much to be done here. I think that's
Oh,
that's the best you're going to do with Colonial. Africa's scored, Asia's scored, Southeast Asia's scored. There's not much you're going to be able to do with it there. I think this is fine.
Colonialism not doing great for the USA right now.
Yeah. Tim mentions astronaut trying to dig for war games, but I mean, I don't think you need to do that with this hand. You have 13. You're up 13 VPs. The only bad scoring out there is Middle East. You're unlikely to fall below the war games threshold. At least this turn.
Harry needs Italy brush war.
Yeah, Italy brush war would be huge. Oh, and there's Warsaw. Okay, now the Pope event is very strong.
Right away.
Yeah, I would immediately. Yeah, Harry has to defend that. Now again, unless we're both missing something. Harry does have salt, so worst case scenario, Harry could salt for Warsaw. But obviously, if you're Gabriel, you'd love to see Harry salt for Warsaw and not brush war or ABM or some other terrible thing.
Are we crazy and maybe Salt got played for Ops? I feel like it didn't. Maybe we're fully wrong on that one.
That's possible. Also, salt for Muslims is a potential play. Oh, there's war games. Could you take Israel here, and then because Harry take Israel and then put another in Egypt and then salt for Muslims? It seems like probably too much work to get control in the Middle East, but that would still be really, really nice.
The thing is, Middle East control is very hard to. If they think you have the scoring, it's just constant pokes, right? Like nothing's ever overprotected. It's just there's too many countries to overprotect.
It's true. Okay, So, um, certainly both players, well, at least Gabriel at least is going to want a space get to that headline peak slot. Harry, of course, might have one small step.
So,
Tim is talking about meat sticks. I don't really understand, but maybe that's your thing.
I mean, who doesn't love a good meat stick? Especially if it comes with the side of the willy.
Yeah, of course. Gabriel,
So
go ahead, Max.
made up world. Harry gets brush on Italy and can use China to flip India. How does he overcome 13 VP though? Even if every region's drawn or he's ahead, it's still 13 VP.
Yeah, he's got to get Middle East scored for 6 or 7, and then he's got to parlay that Italy brush into Europe Dom, score that, and then I think he can win. But that's a lot.
It's a lot.
And he has salt in hand, so maybe I don't know what is in the discard. Obviously, Muslim is in the discard, but not particularly useful right here. Flip one battleground.
I think we have to now work on the assumption that he was not holding salt, and we're both wrong.
Okay.
Ooh, goes for the Poland jam. Like it?
Okay. I like the Poland jam, force an instant response. You've got, especially because you've got 2 cards in your hand that you've got rather 3 cards in your hand that all want to be played at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
So just kind of marking time a little bit is not bad.
I mean, if you get Poland here, tear down this wall is more or less Europe control, right? Like,
yeah.
Harry just can't let you take Poland. I also think if Harry uses the China card for Poland.
There it is. Oh, okay, we were right. We called it.
Okay, we're not crazy.
No, it's Purge. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
So you're just going to use Bear Trap for ops to take Poland, right?
I think so.
Warsaw is now gone for the game. You just use Bear Trap.
No, Poland.
Bear Trap takes Poland.
No, you want Poland. You want Poland more than a one-up coup.
Okay, I guess you're protect your Asian battlegrounds. Okay.
Harry has to counter coup that, right? Like,
oh, absolutely, critical country there.
Harry cannot afford to lose ground anywhere on this board.
Okay, there's the Nigeria. Oh, and a huge miss. That is an enormous miss. Now you take Poland, right?
I think he's gonna event Bear Trap. I think Iran Contra is getting played next. Poland? Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to give Iran Contra here and give up -2 South African real lines?
No,
-1 South African real lines.
South African real lines. I still think I would take, especially now that you have Nigeria, I think Poland is more valuable. Right?
Africa's also scoring. Europe is not. You take Poland, Europe wins you Europe scoring wins you the game, even if you don't get control. Now you're about to be purged next turn, so you have to take that into account.
Yeah. It's very hard to overcome. So maybe with Purge, Harry's thinking that's a good time to go for China into India, perhaps?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. The thing is, you're still not, you're like evening out the regions. Oh.
And the ABM's after salt.
Huh.
If that
interesting.
ABM happens before salt, it takes the country.
Then also realignments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I see some high numbers here, but you're going to get purged and you have a bad scoring. This is clearly this is your Kennedy hand.
I think so.
All right, you're going to
Don't the
dump all the
Kennedy
red
Middle
cards,
East.
Summit and Middle East. You're going to dump everything but Chernobyl and Marshall. And if this is Missile Envy, you're going to dump. Oh no, wait, Missile Envy's gone. Never mind. And this is going to be purge. This is a clear Kennedy. This is what you've saved Kennedy for.
That's a lot of the red gone though. Like there's probably some good shit in the deck that
Yeah.
might end up in your hand right now.
I'd love to just get one small step or get Star Wars, get ahead on space, and hit War Games, be done. Yep, this is a nice Kennedy. Gunman was gone,
Yes.
and okay, you hit South America. You were not. And some garbage ops.
Oh, but a huge miss by Harry on the trap.
Okay, so what are you gonna do now? You're gonna coup Venezuela.
Argentina,
Are you
maybe?
gonna just coup Argentina?
Could also be considering kind of pushing here. Like if you event Cal, Marshall then takes Argentina. He gets a VP. How I learned with arms race is another 4. So it starts becoming a lot of VP.
Yeah.
I guess you're also not in a position where you have to push. Like, just probably not necessary, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only scoring out there other than the one in your hand is Europe, which is very good for you. You're looking like you're going to win this thing in final. You've got a 13 VP lead, and it's just not going to get worse for you. You're going to take a 4. I mean, I would take a big old swing in Argentina here.
Yeah.
And you roll a 3. Just a 3 is fine. But even if you roll a 1, you can still just take it back after Harry takes his bear trap roll. If Harry misses again, you can poke Venezuela, get a dom.
And which would guarantee the win.
Yeah. Okay, so Harry gets out, and so now you're gonna take back. Yep, very smart. Overprotect. Now, Brush War we still have not seen, but Italy is obviously a better target than Argentina right now.
Poland? Oh, just Israel.
Harry needed that scoring.
Yeah. And like, Chernobyl turn 10 is super annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it could take Europe here. Now,
It could turn Europe presenceless.
yeah,
If you don't get control, I mean, presenceless Europe there's no coming back from that for Harry.
yeah, and Poland has to be taken back. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Dump the scoring.
Maybe you realign
Reagan bombs
now?
as a VP. Oh, Reagan bombs as a VP. Yep, I like that. I think that's fine.
Well, you could probably win off how I learned off
Yep.
Milops here,
Gonna
right?
look, yeah, absolutely. You're gonna look for how I learned. Okay, he misses on the roll.
That's safe, Gabriel. You're not in Cuba. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
Gabriel really, really looking hard at that card. Yep. Gabriel
It's
is
like
fine.
it says DEFCON warning,
Yep.
but it's not, right?
Yep. You don't want to click past that without making absolutely sure.
I think it's safe to say Gabriel's won this. So this is only game 2. There's no game 3 yet.
Yes, this is game 2 of the best of 3, and Harry won game 1. So if in fact Gabriel does win this, and there's a coup. So you can still set DEFCON to 5 if you want to, but it's not going to win you the game.
Gonna get you to 19. I
Get
think
you
you
to
do
19.
it. 19's a pretty good number.
I think it's worth it.
I do 100%.
Then you win the game with Thatcher.
Oh, betrayer. Giving you the game. Imagine. Is he doing it?
He's just going to coup. Okay, here's his turn 10 hand, and there's Thatcher. Oh, Gabriel.
Could have done it.
Still, an amazing turn 10 hand. Brush, tear down, grain, voice, Europe, Chernobyl. Just pick which way you want to win the game.
In a close game, this hand wins you in final scoring. In a game that's long gone, this is just pain, right? This is just rubbing it in.
Yeah. So this is going to do it. Yeah. Wow. So a nice win there for Gabriel. Gets game 2, and so we will see game 3 at some later date. I'm not sure exactly when, but just it's going to hit 2 cards.
Rip.
Gonna hit, yeah. Nice dub. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back with game 3 some point later this week. I'm not sure if that has been scheduled yet, but a pretty good one here, Max. I think Gabriel just kind of held the advantage throughout. He had a very strong turn 1 hand, as we saw, and Harry just not quite able to get back into it, and the lack of access hurts as well. No question about that, right? I mean, both D cards going to Gabriel in the early war. He's able to hold both till turn 3, and then Harry was just kind of fighting an uphill battle from there.
Yeah, no, and all those scorings came out turn 6. The writing was on the wall.
Yep. Scoring card timing really hurt Harry there, and the fact that he didn't get the Middle East scoring that he wanted to get, and Asia didn't turn out how he wanted. He was looked like, and Gabriel was able to flip Pakistan. We weren't thrilled about the timing of Gabriel's poke of Pakistan. We thought there might have been better use of ops there, but it turned out very well for him. He was able to flip Pakistan, and it was just never really challenged. And then Asia scoring came out, and then it was quickly redrawn on turn 7, and Harry had no chance but just to hand over those VPs.
Yeah, no, how that IP war on India really kind of set the tone, eh?
Yeah, it didn't affect domination right away in that turn. Didn't affect domination the next time either, but obviously really mattered on turn 7, and it would have mattered again in final scoring. And also, of course, if IP war, if India is still red, then IP war maybe gets evented. Later on, maybe the whole outlook in Asia is completely changed. But that was a fun one. Nice job. Congratulations to Gabriel on pulling one back and sending us to a decisive game 3. I know that, and Max, I also know that you want to look ahead to Tim and Josiah. I know I believe they're playing their first game tomorrow. So looking forward to that series as well.
I might be around if you want to do that live.
Yeah, that might be a fun one. I think they're probably going to play during the day, so we'll see. But
maybe not live.
Yeah, would love to do that one as well. We'll have those games for you because I know that's been fun. Josiah's had a little bit of a Cinderella run through the tournament. His ITSR was in the 600s. He was ranked in the 600s coming into this tournament. Now ranked in the 100s. and has gone a perfect 9-0, including some wins over some very strong players. So we'll see if he can finish out the run, or if the old guard, Tim Furrow, able to shut it down and destroy Cinderella's glass slipper. But folks, that's going to do it for our stream tonight. I got to get to bed. Max has to get us to whatever he's going to do. It's only 8 p.m. where he is. But Max, thank you very much for joining me. Everybody else, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Justin Abramson. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.